Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Not Timmy 66. I hope everybody is doing well today. It is a beautiful 89 degrees at 10:30 here in Texas on a Thursday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. What should we talk about today, guys? I know one thing I can tell you guys. I created my own nightmare. Those of you that have done delivery work know about a company that delivers pet products called Chewy. And most people that do delivery don't like doing Chewy boxes. But man, people sure like to order it. I was always like, when I was doing deliveries and things, I was like, why do all these people just not go to the store and buy their own dog food, man? Well, I can tell you why. There's certain companies out there that you can get auto ship on, so you don't have to always remember to grab the dog food, especially, or cat food, or, whatever, gorilla food, or whatever pet it is that you choose to keep at your house and feed. And they offer pretty good prices, and you can get the same products. Right now, I'm on my way up to Wally World to, pick up dog food of a specific kind and mixture that we know. I got 3 little dogs at home, and they're kind of picky eaters. And if you're anything like me, as far as being a pet owner, you love your pets. They're like a part of your family, right? I mean, the days I think of just throwing the dry kibble out there, and some dogs will just eat dry kibble. Mine won't. So we have to get a specific brand and a specific type that they like so that they eat, and we're not forcing them to feed their, food. And it's not like we overfeed our dogs either. We only feed them once a day and try to limit. Well, I'm a bad spoiler, so I give them stuff off my plate all the time, stuff like that, which I know is not good. Anyway, I digress. Back to the Chewy boxes. Let's talk about Chewy boxes. Let's talk about things that we've delivered that we absolutely hated and things that didn't bother you. Now, if you're working for Amazon, Chewy really isn't in the cards. At least I never picked up any Chewy boxes. Not with Amazon. And let's talk about why Chewy boxes suck. Because they're heavy, man. I mean, and you'll get people that'll order. When I did FedEx Ground, and it was pretty much a rural delivery job where I was out in these really small towns in Texas. As a matter of fact, the center that it was based out of was in almost downtown Fort Worth, but we had to travel hour and a half to get out to our delivery area, so there was a lot of windshield time. But anyway, and so a lot of it was rural. Here in Texas, you got a lot of horse farms and ranchers and things like that we would deliver to, and they seem to order a lot of Chewy boxes for their dogs, and I can kind of get it. I understand why, but it always sucked, man. When the stuff would come down the belt, we'd be like, oh, there's another Chewy box. There's another Chewy box. And just when you thought you were done, you had to stack more in there. There were times where I had 20 Chewy boxes. And that stuff ain't light. So, anyway, that's why one of the things that I hated to deliver was Chewy. And it always seemed like the boxes got busted, man. You're always preparing them with tape and stuff like that. You were lucky. There was a couple boxes I delivered. Sometimes I was lucky it didn't bust open on me on the way to the doorstep or the back porch or wherever it is I had to deliver it, man. So why am I talking about Chewy? Because I've just created some delivery guy's own nightmare by ordering 5 cases of dog food. That's right. I am part of the problem when it comes to Chewy boxes. By the way, guys, my wife got a Sam's Club membership, and I am totally in love with Sam's. I know that most of you guys, and this is just a little side note, I'm all over the place today, so bear with me. But I know you guys probably have already explored Sam's. I've been in it maybe a couple of times, but now I got a membership. And right before the 4th of July, we went in there and shopped. Dude, I'm not kidding you guys. I love that place, man. They got 86-inch television sets in there. 86. 86. Cover your whole wall, man. Books and electronics and all kinds of food. And, you know, we're a family of 4. So there are some things that we do kind of buy in bulk, man, and I just love Sam's, and their products are good. But again, I digress. Back to things that we don't like to deliver. Now with Amazon, it was never really that bad. The other thing I hated is with Amazon, you know, they came in these preloaded totes, these canvas totes that you loaded onto your van or your truck or whatever. And what I hated was the envelopes, the Amazon envelopes, because you always had to sort them out, and it was a pain in the ass, and always seemed like one slipped down between the boxes that were in the tote, making it sometimes fun to try to find it. But I guess that comes down to organizational skills. What else? What else did we hate to deliver? One time, with FedEx Ground, we delivered a barrel of bull semen. That was interesting. With FedEx Ground, I also delivered a water barrel, 2 water barrels, the old-fashioned kind, the wood that have the metal strapping around them, heavy and hard to handle when you're by yourself. So the difference, I guess, one of the big differences between Amazon and FedEx Ground is the type of things that you deliver. I know another thing that was hated or not liked real well with FedEx was rolls of carpet and furniture, man. Sometimes we delivered entertainment centers, things like that. So when they tell you, can you lift at least 75 pounds, they're kind of stretching that a little bit. Believe me. And you guys that work for FedEx know that sometimes that 75 pounds can turn into 150, 200 pounds. And if you got a ways to go, and if it's raining or if it's snowing and ice, or, you know, if it's like today where it's going to hit 90 degrees before noon, you know what I'm talking about. Gets you in shape, though. And you may ask, why the heck do you even like to do delivery work if you're bitching about the packages? All packages aren't that way. Most of them are just light boxes, envelopes, things along those lines. But there are times where it seems like you just get the crap load of heavy stuff. Tires. That's another thing. Now, tires didn't really bother me because you could roll them. But they didn't stack real well in the truck, and they were kind of hard to organize. I mean, you could stack them up, but they're always in the way on the floor and stuff like that. And so I guess between the two, between Amazon, what you deliver, and FedEx, what you deliver, there's a huge difference. Like I said, Amazon, you go get the way we did it is we would go for loadout, and you would go get these rolling carts full of these canvas totes, and they were numbered. And so you would scan each tote, which would scan pretty much everything inside the big canvas tote itself, and you'd throw them on. It was always first in, last out. So you would load your stuff that was going to be the last part of your delivery in first to the back, and then you'd work your way forward. So you could stay organized. And in the step vans, they have those big long racks, and you could just stack them up. Boom, boom, boom. So you could walk down the aisle and you could see the identification number on the tote. And inside the totes were usually just light packages, man. There were sometimes with envelopes that I was like, is this thing even got anything in it? You know, maybe it was just an important document or a piece of paper or a certificate, something like that. But nothing really heavy. I mean, the most that I ever lifted with Amazon was maybe the entire tote itself to go into an apartment complex and walk through, and because I knew that I had everything in that one tote. Or Amazon also has lockers that you would go to, and you could get rid of 35, 40 packages in one stop because you just drag the tote over to the locker, scan each item in, and it would pop open the doors and you'd throw them in, and it was really easy. So there's some organizational things with Amazon and that I liked. And also I know that Amazon does deliver furniture and heavy things like that. But they have a different division for that. They have different sized trucks for that. At least in my area they do. They have bigger box trucks, and usually it's two guys that are going out and delivering that because they're usually pretty heavy stuff. I don't believe that they do any like assembly or bring it in the house or anything like that. So there's a difference in the type of freight weight wise and what you see day in, day out between FedEx Ground and Amazon. You get a lot more small packages with Amazon, in my opinion. And you also have a lot more envelopes. FedEx Ground is just kind of a crapshoot. You can pretty much get, I don't know, an urn of bull urine, or a water barrel or two, or an entertainment center, a roll of carpet, tires, and just regular boxes. Another thing that was different between Amazon and FedEx Ground that I can tell you is we did a lot more business delivery with Amazon. At least my DSP, we had a lot more where we go to a business and we'd actually back the step van up to a dock, and you may have 140 packages that are going directly to this one business. You had to sort them out. The technology was a little bit weird with that because you always had to scan every single thing, and that would take a little bit of time. But still, one stop, even if it took you an hour and a half, man, at least you were done in an hour and a half and you had half your truck emptied. You may go out with 340 packages and 150 of them are at one stop, but they're all light. They're nothing really heavy. We had this one place that was like a clearinghouse, and I used to go to it all the time. And you would have 80, 90 packages for this place. Different people would order it, and it was like different stuff. Cosmetics, jewelry, not expensive jewelry. I guess you call it costume jewelry and things like that. It was all different types of things. It was all for the same company, and it was all ordered by different folks that worked in the company. I'm not sure exactly how that worked. There's some kind of a distribution company, and they did mainly most of their ordering from Amazon. So FedEx Ground, it was a little bit different. You did deliver to some schools sometimes. You did deliver to a few businesses here and there, but at least in my experience, the route I was on when I did FedEx Ground, it was mainly rural. And there was kind of a weird thing about that. I liked it and I didn't like it. I liked being out in the country as opposed to driving through the city. I liked the fact that it was kind of pretty scenery and stuff like that. But with rural comes long distances between each delivery. Sometimes you had to go 2.5, 3 miles between deliveries. Other times you had dogs. And a lot of these folks aren't home, man. A lot of them are working out in the field, or they're just not home, and they leave their dogs out. And them dogs, believe me, some of them are very, very particular. I never got bit, but there was a couple times where I actually set the package on the driveway outside the step van because they were going to eat me alive. Now, one thing you do learn, at least on a route like that, or I learned very quickly, is to carry pup treats with me. Those little chewy bones, or biscuits, dog biscuits, Scooby snacks, whatever, stuff like that. And since it was the same route, they got used to you. And these dogs, man, after a while, they would be like, here comes the express guy, or where's my treat? And boy, if you forgot those treats, they let you know it. So, two different animals, man. Amazon was more citified, and FedEx Ground, for me, was more country, man. So I guess what it would come down to more than anything else is it always felt like with Amazon I could stay a lot more organized. My step van, I always had it set up. Now you did, and let me also mention that you had what was called overflow. So you did have some bigger boxes that wouldn't fit in those canvas totes. But that generally wasn't a whole ton of stuff. Not always. Now Christmas time and the holidays and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of overflow. Overflow being boxes, bigger boxes that are outside of the normal size that they're going to put in those canvas totes. But for the most part, it was just totes. So when I loaded up my van, it was easy, man. I would just start, like I said, last stop in first in the back, and I would just boom, 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 go down the aisle. I would face it so that my identification tag, so I knew which each tote was right there in front of me. As I emptied a tote, their canvas, they would collapse in, and you could just stick them inside another tote and just stack them up that way. You could stay very well organized. And there was little tricks you could do, like you could take all of the annoying envelopes out of the totes and stack them on the seat beside you or on the floor and stack them up that way. So you could always stay a little bit more organized. It was a little bit easier. Snobby coffee. It was always a little bit easier to walk through the truck. There's nothing more irritating than you're busy, it's hot, or it's raining, or it's cold, and you got to trip over boxes and stuff like that because you just simply don't have any room. Now, it may be different where you're at. You may have a step van that you can organize and load up. And I know with FedEx, they have certain areas, and I actually know that there's some FedEx Ground facilities where your truck gets preloaded for you. You show up and you just take the truck and go, man. And I always thought that would be good because then I don't have to worry about loading my truck. But at the same time, did they load it the way I like it? You know what I mean? So you could be a little bit particular on that. So I guess, you know, it comes down to, do you like moving fast, staying organized, having a lot of light packages? Or do you like not quite as many packages, but a lot heavier in a rural setting or more distance between your stops? You know, so I guess it all comes down to what you like and what you don't like. Now, the biggest thing I hated, excuse me, that I hated with Amazon was not having the same route. Excuse me, guys. Not having the same route sucked because you never knew where you're going. I can remember when I would show up for work and be waiting to go to get our load out. I'd done my pre-trip on my truck and everything, and we'd all sit around and talk, and we'd be like, man, I hope I don't go to East Dallas today, or man, I hope they send me over to Grapevine again today. I really like that area. But you never knew, man. You never knew what they were going to give you. And it was crazy. So you never knew where you were going. One thing I liked with FedEx Ground is you had your own route. You got used to your own route. You knew where everybody was. You had the same repeat customers. Not with Amazon, man. Not with Amazon. And you could say that, you know, keeps life interesting, whatever, but for the most part, man, you never knew where you were going. You could be going into some of the crappiest areas in Dallas or Fort Worth with Amazon, or you could be going in a really, really nice area. Now, one thing I did love about Amazon was most of it's residential. So you may have 90 packages that are going to one housing development, and all you did was go up and down the streets, start on one end and stop, deliver your packages, drive a few feet, stop, deliver your next packages. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Just keep on going down, and you could get a lot done that way. You could also skip ahead if you knew everything was on the same street. You could mark them all as delivered and then run to each one, so you'd have to sit there and scan everything every time. You could scan everything out and get it all done in one shot. You could do an entire block. You know, it had its ups and downs. Sometimes with the step van, it was hard to get in and out of areas. You had people parked on the side of the street and stuff like that. And sometimes it was pretty questionable whether or not, when you had a car parked on the street over here and a car parked on the street over there, if you're going to get through, you had to be careful. And especially at night, when you can't see housing numbers and it's harder to see at night. I used to always wear a little headlight up on my hat for that. So I guess it comes down to what you like, man. You guys let me know. Leave some comments. Let me know what you like. If you work for Amazon, what do you like about it? If you work for FedEx, what do you like about it? In particular, let's talk about what we actually delivered for them. I mean, which one's better? Is it better to be toting a bunch of light boxes and envelopes, or is it better to, I don't know, have cylinders of bull urine, water barrels, tires, furniture, rolls of rugs, things like that? Let me know. I'm just kind of curious about that. It's interesting. Or does it even matter? Is it just you just happy to have a job and be out doing some stuff, man? Which one is it? And also, guys, you know, I realize that I'm kind of talking in general terms here. I realize that you may be working for FedEx and be doing 80% businesses and only 20% residential. I'm just basing everything on my experience and trying to get some feedback as far as, you know, what your favorite thing is. But mainly, you know, the packages, guys, man, that's the thing. I mean, you know, you get used to it. And what brought this on is my wife today was going, hey, you know, we can have a lot more convenience. There's this company called Chewy. And I'm like, I know about Chewy. And she was explaining it to me, how we could order it and what we could order and how quick the delivery is going to be and all that. And I'm like, go for it. And in the back of my head the whole time I'm going, there's some delivery guy out there that is just cussing me right now, going, great. Now I've got 5 cases of dog food I got to deliver over to his house. Thanks a lot, Nat, Timmy. Appreciate you. So you guys tell me, man, what's the worst thing you had to deliver? The most interesting thing you had to deliver? The easiest thing that you had to deliver? Maybe you like Chewy boxes. Maybe they stack up well for you. Maybe it's something that, you know, you don't mind at all. Maybe you're like the weightlifter type that just loves them heavy boxes. Maybe curl a few Chewy boxes. Get all pumped up before you walk out and look good for the ladies. I mean, you know, is that I don't know, could be. I mean, is that the case? I don't know. But that's what I'm saying about delivery driving, guys, man. It's never a dull moment. There's always something going on. If it isn't the packages you're delivering, next time I think we'll talk about the people we deliver to. How about that? I got some stories there as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching Not Timmy 66 again today. More episodes, of course, to come. More announcements as far as FedEx Ground goes as I hear more and find out more. And definitely will be keeping you guys posted and updated on what's going on. And look at this, man. We got a cluster of trucks up here that really don't know what they're doing. This guy tried to back in and I guess backed out. Look at this. This is the only way in and out around the backside of Walmart for me. So this makes it interesting. Brings back the old truck driving days where it was just sometimes a total cluster trying to get in and out, get around what we used to call four-wheelers. Yeah, this is a cluster out here. I don't know what this guy, see his truck turning up here? I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to back in and out. He had everybody backed up around here for a while. I guess he couldn't make it, or he just decided it wasn't worth it. I don't know. But anyway, guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys watched the video all the way through to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And definitely important that you hit the like button, because the like button tells the gods at YouTube the algorithm from heaven that you liked my video, and it allows it to be shared more out there for other people to discover my channel. Makes it grow. Makes other people happy to watch me bloviate about Federal Express, Amazon, delivery jobs in general. But thank you, Gary, very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much if you have subscribed to the channel. Of course, again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. It's easy. Just hit that subscribe button, and if you do that, click the notification bell. That way you know when I'm posting new videos and new exciting content. Thank you guys very much for watching Not Timmy 66 today. Always remember that no matter what you do in life, guys, make it count.